Do you want to know what really pisses me off?
Is it reviewing your old content?
Say what? Sorry.
Is it reviewing your old content?
Yeah, we're at the rebooted series of things that piss me off. But yeah, the quality definitely got better as time went on.
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie.
So I know you can't talk too much about it, but can you? But because spoilers, but something happened in your life recently.
Yeah, so there was an audition. Well, two auditions, one on Zoom and one in person. The audition in person was with this group of people in the movie industry who seek out new talent. They discovered Evan Peters and Jason Griffith. Jason Griffith voices Sonic the Hedgehog in the cartoons and video games. Um, they had auditions in person because they try to find new talent. And I went, and I was the first person who did the audition. I blew them all away. Like their jaws dropped, and she was like, "Wow, I definitely like you." And I was so confident that I got the call back that everybody was applauding for me. People were giving me the fist pump when I left, and she was saying, "Yeah," she was saying how she likes my teeth. She was saying how she likes my smile. Yeah, so Junebug. Yeah, so what people don't know is that before Things That Piss Me Off episode 1, there was 40 episodes of the very, very original series. But I deleted them because I was embarrassed by them. Now I regret deleting them now. So yeah, if any of my old subscribers downloaded those videos, please let me know because that would be great if I could get those old videos back. But anyways, so I got the callback, and during the callback, the the callback was done on Zoom. There was only, including the two people in the industry, there was only 25 people. So I was one of the very, very few picked. When they traveled the whole US, so I feel very fortunate that I was one of the few picked. There was this one girl who was standing beside me. She was like, "Oh, I'm so nervous." And I tried telling her, "You got this. You got this." And see, when you're at an audition, don't let that nervousness get to you. Because if you do, then the chances of you not getting it are going to be that much higher. And to be honest, I wonder if I was the only one from Montana who they picked. And then there was another audition for a project in Los Angeles. There was 200 people live in that live audition. I was intimidated. Oh my god. 200 people. Now, ever since COVID hit, Hollywood does all of their auditions on Zoom. That's just a new way of doing it. It saves money on travel and all that. And they obviously liked me, and I got the call back from that. I got cast in a commercial that's going to be filming this upcoming week. And I got cast in a short horror film. Originally, I was going to get a supporting role, but I got upgraded to the main character. So, yeah, and with these auditions in person, I was invited to a networking event that's going to be in January. And in January, I actually get to meet Jason Griffith himself. And I made myself clear to everybody who knows me that I love Sonic the Hedgehog. So I'm excited that I get to meet Jason Griffith in person. I get to, yeah, like a lot of big people from big name studios like Disney, etc., are all going to be at this networking event. So this is going to be huge for me. So almost 7 minutes in, telling everyone about what's going on with my life. So
Yeah.
let's get on.
You could all say that you knew him when.
That is the most common thing that people say to me. The most common thing that people say to me is that I'm going to become famous. And I definitely appreciate that. It's because that right there tells me that people have faith in me. And at the end of the day, there isn't anything wrong with being famous. It's what you do with the fame that counts. If I do become famous, well, and then that right there is going to forever add to the legacy that I leave behind with my life. But at the end of the day, you should never do anything just to be famous. You should do it because you love it. And it's that much more powerful that I'm achieving all this because tomorrow's the 1 year anniversary of when my grandpa died. And the very last thing that I told him before he died was how I've been having all this success going on with, movies. And this right here just fulfills that much more. So
Uh,
really, Eric is a big Sonic fan. I had no idea.
well, going from something you love to something that I know you hate. Let's pick up the episode subject of our first episode today. We talked about a month ago, but
this is one of the most popular recent episodes. I mean, this is one of the most popular episodes all in all of things that piss me off. I mean, people say that this rant I did on the Lion King remake was hilarious. Do you want to know what pisses me off? All right, so that Lion King remake, I saw it last night, and it's not like that I wanted to go into it hating the movie. I wanted the movie to be good. I wanted to give the movie a chance. I didn't.
Say what?
It's weird to see me with no facial hair, and it's weird to see me with shorter hair. Part 2 coming with a Mufasa prequel. Well, the only way how I'll go watch that movie is if somebody pays me. Because I don't want to pay my own money for it.
Yeah. So start a GoFundMe for bad movie experiences for Eric.
I don't want the movie to suck ass. Even though I was extremely nervous because the original Lion King has had a special place in my heart ever since when I was just a little kid. I grew up watching the original on VHS a crap ton of times as a kid, and then I even grew more appreciation for the movie as a teenager and now as an adult for personal reasons. Then when I heard the announcement that Jon Favreau was going to be directing a live-action remake of The Lion King, I was pretty hesitant. I was nervous because the original has a special place in my heart, and then also the original is a masterpiece. The original is as close to perfection as you can get. I mean, it did not need a remake, but I was like, you know what? Jon Favreau blew me the fuck away. I mean, Jon Favreau blew me so away with the original Iron Man and Jungle Book like that. Fuck, I flew all the way to goddamn France by how much he blew me the fuck away. So I was like, you know what? It seemed like it's in good hands, so let's see and give it a chance. And then they announced James Earl Jones is coming back. I was like, hell yeah, because he's so iconic as Mufasa that you just can't get anybody else that it just wouldn't be the same without James Earl Jones. And Junebug. And let's just say Simba's not named after a cat. Yeah, that is hilarious that I named my own dog after a cat. That is funny. Oh my god. And One time, I asked my dad and my mom, so out of all of the dogs we've had in the family, who do you think is the most spoiled dog we've ever had? My dad said, definitely Simba. And even my mom agreed. Like, my mom gave me that look that said, Eric, you know what the answer is.
Speaking of Simba, was he a thing at this point?
He was. I first got Simba in very early 2017. This was 2019, so yeah, Simba definitely was a thing at this point. At this point,
So did you break the news to him about this movie?
yeah, I was like, sorry, Simba, but your new movie sucked.
So, I saw the movie last night. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's not like I'm trying to hate the movie, but I'm sorry, but I was not impressed. I thought it sucked ass! Yeah, Hakuna Matata, more like Hakuna Mafaka! Where do I fucking begin? First of all, the voice acting was fucking atrocious! It seems like Jon Favreau never even bothered to do a second take. Like, so what? So what? So what? Is he like Ed Wood now? Where just one take and oh, that's it? We don't even need to do a second take because second takes are for fucking pussies. Like, there was no emotion into any of the voice acting, even from James Earl Jones. And when it's James Earl Jones, you know that it was the direction. Jon Favreau, what the fuck, man? What the fuck happened? You did Jungle Book and Iron Man. Fuck, man.
We can only do so much. I guess you can only do so much with what you have, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just the Lion King remakes felt so formulaic, and that's the problem with a lot of the live action remakes, that they feel so formulaic. Like, it's pretty much the same movie, make it a little bit longer, and all the things that made the original work are taken out.
Yeah. Well, except for this one, I think this was I still swear this, the exact same movie. Even the other ones, as bad as they are, they changed some stuff a bit. Maybe stupid stuff they changed, but they changed stuff. This, I don't know what was changed, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, and some of the things they did change were for the absolute worst, like how they took out, oh, it doesn't, oh, yes, the past can hurt, but either can run from it or learn from it. That was the whole moral of the movie, and they took it out.
Because they had to do that 5 minute for montage.
Yeah, like that moment in the original when Simba's fur traveled, it was for a few seconds. But in the remake, it's so extended, and then you see an animal eat it and poop it out. Like, really? Like, that right there perfectly summarized the whole entire movie. And in the original, you saw that mouse very briefly for like a few seconds. In the remake, it's full on extended. It's like, that's so unnecessary.
But Eric, weren't you interested in how the fur got from Simba to Rafiki? The journey it had? Weren't you interested in that?
Not really.
But now you know.
Good on Disney, I guess.
Fuck, man! You ruined the Lion King! Maybe with Hakuna Matata playing in the background, it might cheer me up. But I'm sorry, man. This remake was so disappointing that... And everyone's been saying, oh, well, the visuals were fantastic! Yeah, the visuals looked great, but of course they fucking did! It's a high-budget, mainstream movie. Disney has all the fucking money in the world, so of course it looks good, but the realistic-looking visuals do not save the fucking movie. I'm sorry, they don't at all! And maybe Lion King worked better as an animated movie and not to look super realistic. Kind of like what Jeff Goldblum said. We were so caught up with that we could, and we didn't stop to think that if we should.
Yeah.
Because when it's animated, you can get away with the animals having humanistic emotions to them, and that really worked for the original movie being so emotional. Here, during the emotional stuff from the original, it just didn't land as well. Because the voice acting was terrible, and I know that the point is that the animals are supposed to look realistic, but I'm sorry, I just didn't get any emotion from them. And this is the fucking Lion King! It's supposed to be full of emotion!
Well, you did get some emotion, anger.
More like the anger that came out of me watching that movie. And Junebug says, I would rather watch a toilet flush for 2 hours than to watch the remake of The Lion King. Yep. I mean, I would rather watch my dog Simba poop for 2 hours. I would rather watch my dog Simba sleep for 2 hours.
And Seth Rogen can't fucking sing. Okay, so I can see why they cast him, because it was pretty good casting. But for fuck's sakes, if he can't sing, is there really that much to ask for to just dump him? And Chiwetel Ejiofor as Scar, I'm sorry, but I wanted to give him a chance. I know he's not Jeremy Irons. I'm not saying that he's a horrible, despicable piece of poo just because he's not Jeremy Irons, but he was miscast as Scar. He was not menacing at all. And he's supposed to be the main villain. Man, Jeremy Irons is just as iconic as James Earl Jones as Mufasa. If you brought back James Earl Jones, you should have might as well have brought back Jeremy Irons too. And oh yeah, and be prepared. I know it's gonna sound like that, oh well, you just can't please everybody. So I know I bitched and moaned when they announced they're gonna take out Be Prepared, and we got the song, but like a half-assed version of it. For fuck's sakes, when we said we wanted to Be Prepared, we thought it would have been cool to see, the hyenas march.
So you weren't prepared for Be Prepared?
Nope. Oh my god, I should have made that joke. That was a missed opportunity, but hey, I have a feeling that I will rant on the Mufasa prequel.
Marching and all that, and like the shadow silhouette in live action. But we got a half-assed version of it. It was so underwhelming. It was nowhere near as powerful, nowhere near as visually cool as it was in the original. And the song numbers, pretty much the same thing. It's like, in the remake, it's pretty much just the animals just walking and running around. I know that you got that in the original, but in the original, you got more than just that. You got a ton of other beautiful visuals and other things to go with it, to add to it, to make it less boring. But here, there was no life to the songs. There was no life to the fucking movie. I might as well call this the lifeless Lion King. And during Can You Feel the Love Tonight, it's set during the day. So wait up. It's called Can You Feel the Love Tonight. So that defeats the whole purpose of the title of the goddamn song. So what? Can you feel the love this afternoon? I'm so upset that they fucked up the Lion King because I'm not trying to be redundant. It's such a special place in my heart. Hell, I love the movie so much, I named my own goddamn dog Simba. And that's really ironic because I named my dog after a pussycat. And during Mufasa's death, it was nowhere near as visually dramatic. And the voice acting really hurt it Like, the cinematography was nowhere near as good as the original. It was less impactful than the original, so therefore, it took away from that powerful moment from the original. And during that scene when the hyenas are chasing Simba and Nala as cubs, the music was nowhere near as intense. And it's composed by the same fucking guy, Hans Zimmer. What the fuck, Hans Zimmer? What the fuck? Oh my god. Was Jon Favreau just that stressed out from doing a remake of The Lion King? He was that afraid of fucking it up? Well, if you were that afraid of fucking it up, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this is why we never needed a fucking goddamn motherfucking remake of The Lion King. Because it's already perfect the way that it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And people have been arguing, oh well, they remade it on Broadway. Doing it on Broadway, adapting it to Broadway is a lot different than doing another movie version of it. With all that aside, there were a few things that I liked about the movie. Like, I liked the scene when Nala was trying to run away from Scar to go find help. That was intense. And a few somewhat funny moments. But other than that, I'm sorry, but there's just not really a whole lot of praises for this movie. And during the Circle of Life, you don't get that cool scene of behind Zazu and like that cool, like that cool pan. That cool pan shot. You don't get that. Instead, it's just the camera just turns left. What the fuck? It wasn't as powerful. And I could have swore that the girl singing was the same girl from the Broadway version of the Lion King. If so, that was a pretty cool nod to the Broadway version. And there were so many other parts in this remake that were, reenacting scenes from the original that just were not as effective as it was in the original. I could go on and on and on, but I made my fucking point. This remake was unnecessary. Never need to fucking happen. I'm so fucking pissed off that they fucked up The Lion King. God damn it! How could they? How could they do this to The Lion King? But look, if you like the movie, fine. But I strongly disagree. Man, I'm fucking done with these live-action Disney remakes. I'm not gonna watch Mulan now.
For the longest time, up until a year ago when my friend Ben insisted that we go to the Little Mermaid remake. And I did record my rant on that. I just haven't uploaded it yet. Oh my god, The Little Mermaid, it's a little bit better than the Lion King remake, but that's like saying that the shit that I took last night was better than the shit that I took this morning. It's shit.
But yeah, I wasn't going to watch it because I'm not going to watch any remakes. I was not going to watch it because of the reason people were saying not to watch it. That's because they had Black Ariel.
Well, the movie didn't suck because of that.
Well, I know that was going to suck for that, but
there's this really shitty rap song rapped by Scuttle in the movie. It was cringe, and the movie dragged. Oh my god, the Little Mermaid remake was shit.
I think the only remake I've ever liked that I watched would be Sleeping Beauty. I thought that was interesting, and I thought that was an interesting take on it.
Is there a number lower than 0 that I can rent the Little Mermaid remake? Well, if you want to count numbers in the negatives, like Lion King is a negative infinity. Little Mermaid's a negative 500 million. A little bit better, but not by much.
Now, I'm not gonna watch any of them fucking now, because I'm fucking done! Lion King was the last fucking straw! And also, during that awesome badass moment during the original Lion King, when they played that kick-ass Boosta song, in the remake they replaced it with that shitty poppy song from Beyonce called Spirit. Oh man, that was so cringy. And they put it during the end credits too. Fuck, man. You replaced Boosta, that kick-ass song, with that shitty pop song? Oh yeah, Timon's right. Disaster's definitely in the air with that shitty-ass remake! Fuck, man. That remake left a scar on me. Yeah, well, be prepared to not go see this piece of shit. The filmmakers were clearly not sympathetic enough for us. Man. At least I got the original. At least I still got the original. And they took away so much from Rafiki, like, you know? He wasn't as funny in this. Look, I wasn't asking for a shot-for-shot remake, even though a lot of it kind of did feel like that anyway, but just not as good. I was at least wanting a decent movie. This is not... Fuck. Man. Fuck, man. Fuck. Oh, can you feel the love tonight? More like, can you feel the unnecessary remake tonight? The piece the original brings. The world for once could really use some original ideas. Fuck this piece of shit! Damn it. Lack of originality they have. And if they come up with original ideas tonight, it can be assumed their original idea days with us are history. In short, the original Lion King is doomed. Fuck! I fucked up my childhood, man. But at least I still got the original, like I've been emphasizing. But yeah, don't waste your time and money. Skip this fucking remake. Just watch the original. Be prepared to skip this unnecessary remake. Be prepared for some sensational news that you're wasting your time by watching this movie. And oh, I just can't wait for you to skip this piece of shit. Watching this remake, I'm sorry, we're going to compare it to the original, whether you like it or not, because it's a remake of a beloved classic. I was just wishing I was watching the original instead. Okay, how about instead of remaking a movie that's already great as it is, why don't you remake a piece of shit and make it good? But that's too much to ask for now, is it?
Yep.
Jon Favreau, kiss your career goodbye. But anyways, I'm out. Have a nice fucking day.
And that was my rant on the Lion King remake. What were your thoughts on it?
I think that was, so far I can remember, that's like one of your most passionate rants.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, Lion King has been a big part of my life. I mean, I named my old dog Simba. So yeah, the passion was definitely there.
But if you guys want to see more of Eric's rant on this Remix movie, go to season 8 of the podcast season, and the last episode, Disney remakes. We did a whole episode on all the remakes up to 4 years ago. But let's see if you're as passionate. But the next topic we talk about.
Do you want to know what pisses me off? Bullies! And do you want to know why bullies piss me off? Oh, I will freaking tell you why! Bullies piss me off! For crying out loud, bullying has been such an issue for so goddamn long, and it seems like schools, principals, whatever, they don't do dilly squat about it. It can cause severe self-esteem issues, it can cause depression, it can even lead to suicide. And approximately 800,000 people die from suicide every goddamn year, and a big component for that is suicide. And I know most people who are bullies because they're insecure about themselves.
Question: Is that what's that? Is that like crutches in your back seat?
I don't even remember what that even was, to be honest. I don't. Maybe it was a table that I was selling. One of like those fold-up tables. Other than that, I don't remember. This was the year before COVID, so
the last year of mobile freedom for a while.
Or it's because they just have a bad life at home. Well, I'm sorry that you're insecure about yourself, and I'm sorry that your life may not be all that great at home. But guess what? It doesn't mean that you have to be a piece of shit about it. How about instead of making you into a piece of shit, how about instead you let it make you into a better person? And oh boy, I got quite the story for you. There's this girl named Katie who went to high school with me. She would bully me, and she also used to bully this other girl named Melissa. And she would bully Melissa for being overweight. I would stick up for her. But, you know, Katie was one of those girls who thought she was better than anybody else. Oh, because, I'm so pretty. Oh, and I am so attractive on the outside. But on the inside, I'm a little scumbag piece of turd nugget. And then, she was such a hypocrite because a few years ago during the high school walkout, because of all the school shootings, you know, it pretty much was the high school kids taking a stance against all these shootings when they just walked out of school. She commented on social media, I saw this. She said, this wouldn't have happened if people would just be nice to, the unpopular kid and all that. What a fucking hypocrite!
yeah.
So what? It's okay to bully me and Melissa.
Yeah, Katie was such a hypocrite for saying on Facebook how bullying is bad, but yet she bullied me and she bullied that one other girl. She was such a hypocrite for that.
Yeah, I hate bullying. I've had at least 4 episodes on bullies alone on my channel. So yeah, it is a topic that I hate.
Yeah. So this will be a rant that will be relatable for you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not okay to do it to other people. And she would bully me on social media. It's like, so what? So it's okay for you to cyberbully me, but it's perfectly okay for you to bully other people in person and on the internet? So what? Just because it's on the internet, it doesn't mean that it's not bullying. It's still bullying! It's just a different form of bullying! You fucking loony! And oh boy, and here's the really funny part. A little while ago, I saw her at a swimming pool. Now, I was in the pool area, and she was over in the hot tub area. I was with some of my friends just chilling, and then I saw Katie in the distance with her other friend over in the hot tub area. And I looked over and I was like, holy shit, you look familiar. And then I processed it and I was like, holy shit, that's Katie. And Katie gained a shit ton of weight. Damn, karma's a bitch, Katie, isn't it? You fucking deserved it. And all those people who fucking bully, I mean, they could cause so many mental problems for that person that it's sad by the shit that can happen just by when they bully someone else. I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself, you pieces of shit! And I can guarantee you that all those bullies would not appreciate people bullying them. Oh yeah? Well, if you don't like people treating you like garbage, then don't do it to other people, you goddamn moron! But the best kind of revenge you can do, move on happily and let karma do all the dirty work, like what happened to Katie, who I told you about. But anyways, I'm out. Have a nice fucking day.
And what were your thoughts on that one?
Struck close to home.
Yeah, but oh man, I'll never forget how satisfied I was seeing Katie gain all that weight after she bullied somebody else years ago for being fat. That was satisfying. And I remember I wanted to say this. I was like, so I could see you couldn't resist the dollar menu, but I knew that if I were to say that, I would look like an asshole. But oh my god, I was so tempted to say that.
So what was it? Can you talk about what was your bullying experience about?
Well, as for my speech, I was a little bit socially awkward when I was younger, and then there were also people who thought that I was weird because a lot of people were really into sports. It was all sports. While me, that just wasn't really my thing, and people thought that I was weird for that. But hey, I mean, me not being into sports, I mean, look at where that's brought me now.
Yeah. See, mine was for my speech. The fact that I was more emotional as a kid, so I cried a lot. And as you know, boys aren't supposed to cry. And then finally, the rumor that I was gay, which in the 90s, that was a very big thing in the 90s, even then.
Yeah, that reminds me. So people made up rumors that I was gay. People made up a rumor that I jacked off in a bag of M&Ms and that I ate it. And people gave me so much shit all 4 years of high school because of that. And people made up rumors that I liked to stalk girls.
Because that's he's so gay, he stalks girls.
Yeah, like that's counterintuitive. But yeah, and so
but yeah, I had to transfer schools.
Honestly, I had something very similar happen to where the drama that I was dealing with in high school got so out of hand where I actually was considering transferring schools, but ultimately I decided not to because it just wouldn't have been feasible. And people at the other high schools knew about all the drama too, so
yeah. Well, luckily for me, in 11th and 12th grade, juniors and seniors have a chance to go to vocational school. So I went to that. I went to the CTC JVS school for those last 2 years.
Yeah, and didn't you say how like one of your bullies at your reunion apologized
Yes.
to you.
I saw other ones on Facebook. You talk about karma, ironic karma. That this one girl said, "I see how my daughter is being bullied at school, and I think back to how I acted in school."
Yep, that's karma. It goes back to what I said about Katie. Oh man, I'll never forget about what happened with Katie, and it seems like you had a similar experience.
Yeah. I used to work with the daughter of one of my bullies at my work.
Well, that's ironic.
Yeah. Luckily, she was a pleasant person.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, and you talk about suicide. I didn't go through it, but I thought about it in my head one time during the peak of my bullying.
Well, I can imagine that you're glad that you didn't do it now.
Yeah.
You would have missed out on so much.
Yeah. I was gonna jump off. I was gonna jump.
Well, I'm really glad that you didn't do that, man.
I'm glad you didn't do if you thought about it too.
I mean, I would have missed out on Jim Carrey and meeting all these celebrities.
And meeting me, of course.
Yeah, meeting you and Junebug.
Speaking of, apparently, fat people is the next thing.
Oh my God! I just heard that Roger Corman passed away.
Well, who's that?
Roger Corman. He's a very prominent figure within the independent film world. Like most of the big name independent movies, he was the one behind it. So yeah, he died at 98. So just 2 more years and he could have made it to his 100.
A lot of people recently, last few years, have been straddling that threshold. Betty White, Bob Barker, him, the Queen of England, like so close. But like I said, speaking of fat people, apparently.
But yeah, so to make myself clear, it's not fat people, it's fat people complaining about their weight. But anyways, let's carry on. And I was still Eric Beer Dollar 92.
Do you want to know what pisses me off? People who constantly whine and complain and don't do diddly squat about their weight. A really good example of this, last year, you know on Facebook how they have that picture that says, post your unpopular opinion, only comments saying agree or disagree, no arguing? Well, last year I shared that picture and then I commented one of my unpopular opinions that fat people should not be offended when all the people try to do is encourage them to lose weight and be healthy. That's completely different than to be some provocative asshole and calling them provocative names like fat ass and etc. Because when you try to encourage somebody to lose weight and be healthy, you are encouraging them to live a better life. And this one girl got so offended with me, and of course, she too is overweight, trying to argue with me about it. And I said, okay, do you not realize that the whole point of this is to not argue with me about it? But then she reacted with the laughing, with the laughing reaction, pretty much indicating that, well, that's irrelevant to me and all that shit. And then she was all telling me about how, oh, I did all these bad drugs, and oh, I did too much drinking, and oh, I ate too much junk food, and now the doctor said that I can't even exercise. And then I was blunt with her and I told her straight up, oh yeah? Oh well, you brought that on yourself. But if you just don't want to be healthy and just want to make up a bunch of bullshit excuses, that's your problem. And they have so many weight loss programs at the hospital, etc. There's always an option. You just have to get on your fat, lazy fucking ass, go out there and find that help, rather than to just sit there on your lazy fucking ass making up excuses. And then afterwards, she blocked me off of Facebook. Some people just can't handle the truth because they're just that fucking butthurt. Now look, I'm not saying that you have to starve yourself to death, be anorexic skinny, because that's not healthy either. That's a whole different ballgame. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm not saying you have to be some bodybuilder like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, or etc. I'm just saying you have to be healthy. That's why you have to do shit in moderation. Now, you can eat junk food, but only in moderation. You eat it too much, it's bad for you. Have you ever seen the movie Super Size Me? That movie is proof that eating too much junk food can be bad for your physical health and your mental.
I think that movie is the reason why we got rid of the super size menu.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Health, because the guy was all commenting about how after when he ate that much junk food, did not exercise, it made him more depressed. And you wonder why depression is such a serious issue here. It can even shorten your lifespan. And people have argued, oh well, I'm going to die eventually anyway. Yes, we are all going to die eventually. That is a fact. Well, obviously, I mean, it doesn't take a goddamn rocket scientist to figure that shit out. But how is your quality of life going to be like until that day? And for fuck's sakes, I've seen a guy with only one fucking arm kill it at the fucking gym. So you have no goddamn excuse. I've even seen a guy with a fake prosthetic leg kill it at the gym. So you have no excuse. The more you make up excuses, the more you are hurting yourself. Do something what your future self will thank you for. You have only one shot here at existence in the cosmos. You can believe in reincarnation, whatever you want afterwards, but as far as we know, we only have one chance here in the cosmos. And do you really want your one chance here in the cosmos for you to live an unhealthy life? By you not eating junk food in moderation, by you not exercising, you wanna know what that tells me? That tells me that you lack self-discipline. Oh, here's an idea. How about instead of walking the goddamn mile, you run the goddamn mile? If you think that I'm full of shit.
I love some people walking that mile is a workout in itself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, heck. I even said how I saw a guy with a prosthetic leg and only one arm kill it at the gym. If a guy with one arm can do it, then so can you. Now, obviously, he can't bench press and he can't do squats, but he can do other exercises.
You can look it up yourself. There are a tons and tons of scientific peer-reviewed papers about the benefits of exercising regularly and eating healthy. If you don't want to take my word for it. And here's something to think about. You want to know who bullies go after? The fat kids. I'm sorry, that's just the way how it is, but when you're teaching your kids like to just eat as much junk food as they want and don't exercise, you are making them a target for bullying. And do you seriously want that on your shoulders? I seriously hope not. And if you do as a parent, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're a horrible parent. Get pissed at me all you want, but the truth may piss you off, but the truth shall set you free. But anyways, I'm out. Get off your fat, lazy ass. Go make something out of your life. Be more active and put down the PlayStation and all that shit. I'm not saying never play video games, because I play video games, but do it in moderation. Anyways, I'm out. Have a nice fucking day.
And what were your thoughts on that rant?
Oh, I feel the same way. Same way. Like, I saw this one bus driver when I was when I rode the bus a lot to school. He was like, and he was like, I'm like, his stomach was out. I'm like, I am never. I promise myself, I'm never gonna get that fat. Where my shirt's hanging out, something's hanging out of my shirt. And then at work, I see this all the time in drive-through. A lot of people, their stomachs are touching the steering wheel. Seat back, stomach. Like, how can you drive like that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how they do it. But anyways, I think we could do one more, and then we'll call it for tonight, and then we'll continue on sometime soon. Oh, wait. This is the re-upload that John Ferreira did, I think. So, yeah, you can skip this one.
Right.
Yeah, back when I was friends with John Ferreira. But, yeah, him and I aren't friends anymore. Oh, 19 minutes. Oh, boy.
Actually, hold on. Pause. Okay. Pause.
Yeah, that's almost 20 minutes long. So honestly, I take it back. How about we'll continue with this one in the next part?
Actually, okay. Pause. I was gonna say.
Yeah, this one's way too long.
The title is live action Disney remakes.
Yep. Are you surprised?
Do you want to skip this one or start with it next week?
Yeah, let's skip this one for now because that's almost 20 minutes long. So yeah, we'll start with that one next time. Yep, and then there's having to repeat yourself. And there's sick perverted fans. Have to repeat yourself. Jaws remake, but yeah, the Jaws remake ended up being bullshit. Thankfully, so.
Yeah, I'm having issues right. Let's stop it now. I'm having issues apparently with my computer.
Yeah, so I guess it's better off anyway. So.
So anything coming up besides your auditions that you want to advertise?
Yeah. I'm planning on bringing back. Let's watch a movie. I'm gonna rethink my strategy about it. I was doing 3 times a week, but I think my audience was getting overwhelmed by that. So rather than that, I'm gonna do it just 2 times a week now, maybe even once a week, to be honest. But yeah, 2 weeks at most. Cause look, I get it. My subscribers probably felt oversaturated by that.
Right. Well,
and yeah, and I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, I am planning on bringing back horror movie marathon. I haven't done that in nearly 10 whole years, so about time.
Well, for me, next week will be the finale of our Before Earth miniseries. We're taking a look of the universe before the Earth was formed, and next week the Earth is here. So the Earth's here. Can't be before it.
Yep.
Then in 2 weeks, Eric will be back to talk about the Thor movies.
I've never seen Thor: The Dark World, but I heard it was really bad, and quite frankly, I don't want to waste my time watching it. And I heard it's bad, and I really don't want to waste my time watching it. So if you guys want to talk about spoilers, go right ahead. I really, truly do not care.
See, and then in 3 weeks, Dr. Dino, not Ken Hovind, will be on my channel to talk about, well, either right now it's either a type between theropods or pterosaurs. If you want to go to my community tab right now, you can vote for you can vote for what we will be reviewing in 3 weeks. But that's all in the future. If you haven't subscribed to Eric yet, click his name in the description and hit subscribe to him. You want to support our channels, links are in the description below. Merch, Amazon, all that stuff. If you have spare money and don't spend it if you have bills to pay. But if you're feeling generous, buy a little T-shirt from us. We both have them. And Junebug has stuff too in the description. But anyways, never stop learning. Enjoy the randomness. We will see you next week. Or I will, at least. Bye.